Hey guys, it is Grapes the Gamer here, and I just wanted to make kind of an updated video on rocket jumping. I know it hasn't changed or anything, but I just wanted to make a newer video for it, because I like to have as many sources as possible when I try to learn something. So hopefully you guys enjoy and learn something. So we're gonna start off pretty basic. So what we'll do is we'll be using the rocket jumper, the mad treads, and the market gardener. And before I get started, I just want to let you guys know that it is different to rocket jump with the original for wall jumping anyway. Going like that, it's completely the same, but going like this, it's different. So just know that. So I personally would try to stick to using the regular rocket launcher or the rocket jumper. That's my opinion. It's very different to jump with the Liberty launcher and the direct hit, and of course the Beggar's Bazooka. So just try to, just stick to this for the tutorial. This will be quite a long tutorial because I'm going over 4 or 5 of the things that are very necessary for rocket jumping and for uh, for market gardening or whatever. And it's easily one of my favorite things to do is, first off, you want to find a server with an open map, and orange servers are very open. This is actually an NSR server, NSR Tower Beta, I believe it's called. There's a lot of structures that are perfect for rocket jumping, and pretty much we're going to get started with the regular lateral rocket jump. And we're going to be using this wall as a reference. So I cleared that wall, definitely, maybe by a body or two, and a body being, that tall, about the size of me. So I see a lot of people try to rocket jump just like this, and that's not much higher than a regular jump. Maybe, a little bit higher, but definitely don't do that. And I see some people jump like this, and that's much higher than before, but you're still not clearing that wall. What the trick is to press control, and when you press control, I'll explain it right here. When you jump up onto this ledge, you can't. It's too high. But when you press control in midair, you can. And it's just like in real life. If you were to jump and pull your feet up, there's more space between you and the ground than there was before because your legs are up. So that's the same idea when you're rocket jumping. Is one, the explosion will be closer to you, and because when you jump, you kind of do it like right as you're going up, and it kind of tucks your feet up. And imagine yourself kind of like a cannonball. It makes the explosion a little closer to you. I think so anyway. And your feet are tucked up for when you're in the air. So if I were to jump like this and then crouch in midair, my feet are pulled up. I did not press crouch when I actually rocket jumped, but I didn't go as high, but I still made the wall. So what you do is you look straight down, and a lot of people in tutorials say to press all of them at the same time, and it looks like that. And that works, but it's really inconsistent, and it'll be different every time, and you'll be more prone to messing up. So what you want to do, it's kind of in the order like space, control, left click, and it's really fast. Like it won't even seem like an order, but that's just the way, like the order you press it. And you'll know what I mean once you get the hang of it. You won't notice that order, and don't just sit there going like this, because that's not gonna work. It has to be really quick, and it's almost like it's at the same time, but very fast in order. So pause the video, go to an open server, and practice that. Just space, control, and jump. And if you don't pause it, it'll be kind of, and you don't know how to rocket jump. If you pause it and you don't know how to rocket jump, it might be a little harder for you to get the next thing we're gonna go over, to remember anyway. So we are going to learn how to wall jump, and it looks like this. And we're not going to do the triple jump or anything, it's just, that's the idea of it, is using a wall to jump. So, if you look straight, and right to your side, if we make that an angle, if that is a 90-degree angle, you know, for example, if that's a 90-degree angle right next to me to right in front of me, you want to aim, I'd say about right there, 45 degrees, excuse me, if it's right behind us and to our left, if we're going forward, you want to aim behind you, and about 45 degrees, and then a little below you too. So, I'm going to do this quickly. I want you to look where I aim. That's about where I aim to get up to there. If you're just going straight, it'll be more up here. But if I'm going up, it's much lower. So just keep that in mind. So if we're just going straight, it's pretty right behind me. It's pretty next to me. Like if you see the explosion, that's a little below me, just a little below me. But it makes all the difference. 'Cause if I were to aim like right next to me, I would just go straight down pretty much, and it's not much faster than walking. So it's the same idea as rocket jumping on the ground. You press control, or space control, and then you jump. And you hold control. Hold control while you're in the air. And I'll go over the reason why, because it has something to do with airstrafing. But before we learn that, I want you to make that a habit to always hold control while you're in the air, because it's very important. So left walls. Left walls are a little different with this model of rocket launcher. It's different with the original, like I said. With the original, you aim it just the same as you do on a right wall, because the rockets come out of the middle of your screen, while these come out a little to your right, and I'll demonstrate that right now. If I were to aim at that wall, see, my cursor is on the wall, the rocket will go past it. That's, you know, it's pretty nice and competitive. You can get sentry guns or maybe spam from a wall, and they can't hit you because you're behind a wall. But with the original, that would hit the wall directly. So with left walls, we're going to do the same thing. It's a little behind you, and to the left. I'll try to find a straight wall. Actually, this is a better one. If this were the 90-degree angle like we did on the right wall, and that was 45, you want to do like 60. Yeah, about 60, I'd say. It's much farther behind you, and you won't go as far just because your rocket is farther away from you. So think about it like this: if I walked, or if I jumped like this, it'd be right next to it. I'm right next to my rocket, right next to the explosion. But with my left click, or with like the left wall, it takes time to travel. It has to travel to that location, and it's still, you know, fairly close, but it's a little farther than the right click, or than the right wall. My bad. So now we're gonna go over pogoing, and I never have to pogo like this, just like staying in the same spot. That's mainly for, you know, jump maps. Pogoing, I'm gonna go straight to speed pogoing because it is very effective for clearing large, flat areas. And I clicked right here. You want to make sure it's flat, or at least fairly flat. Pogoing pretty much allows you to clear like flat areas faster than any other way. If you're not wall jumping. Wall jumping is also a very effective way of clearing spaces, and it doesn't have to be flat. You just need a flat wall. So, first off, if you do want to learn, I'll just go over it really fast. Pretty much what you do is you jump, and on the way down, you just hold left click and control. So obviously you're gonna do that crouch jump that we went over earlier, the one that you used for this. Just get used to that. Really get used to just jumping like that. I always jump like that. It's good for avoiding headshots because it actually moves your hitbox. So, what you do is you jump, and then press control, and then on the way down, you shoot a rocket. And depending on how close you are to the ground, the higher you'll go. If you're closer to the ground, you'll go higher, because you're closer to your explosion. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to be right against, excuse me, right against the ground. But I never have to pogo like that, and you probably won't either. So we're gonna go straight to speed pogoing. Pretty much when I speed pogo, I will start off a wall, and you know, that's using the wall jump we learned. It's I usually make it lateral, so it's a flat or a low, fast jump. So it's not even like a little below me. It's pretty much right next to me, and you pretty much once you go fast, you have to aim further up. So and it makes sense, because if I were to rocket jump or pogo like this, you know, this is right under me, so I don't have to worry. But when you're going that fast, you have to aim in front of you. So you're going super fast. If you aim right below you, you're gonna pass your rocket. You need to aim it so you land right on top of that blast, and you'll keep your momentum going. So pretty much, you wall jump, hold control, and the first one will usually be right below you, because you gotta build up your momentum. If not right below you, fairly close. And you keep shooting, and you want to keep it consistent. You want to keep it around the same speed, and if you're shooting right below you, the next time it'll be, you know, maybe that much up, and then that much up, and that much up. And eventually, if you can do it with more, you know, I don't think it's possible to get this fast with only 4 rockets. You won't even be able to catch up to your rocket. Eventually, either you'll run out of rockets, or if you're on a jump server, your rockets will be too slow. I've actually seen some people do it with the direct hit, and they go very fast, but you need a lot of room to go that fast. I can probably clear this map in like 5-6 seconds, but oh, that's not what I'm teaching. So wall jump right below you. This will also take a lot of practice to get down. Right below you, and then a little, you know, a little up. And with this server, when I roll out, it's kind of difficult because there's this ramp. It goes down. So when you're practicing, I suggest you find a flat map, like a regular orange map. It's all flat. So a regular orange map would probably be the best place to practice this, because it's pretty open. So once you get pogoing down, we're gonna go over strafing. And air strafing is, in my opinion, one of the most important things to rocket jumping. You need to know how to air strafe to use it to your advantage in gameplay, and it's pretty complicated. And I actually found a way to explain this pretty simply, because when I watched the videos way back when I tried to learn rocket jumping, I had no idea what they were talking about, and I couldn't get it for the life of me. I kind of just had to figure it out myself. So here's the best way to describe it. You can steer yourself in midair. That's pretty much all it is. And all the tutorials that I watched say, you know, hold control and A and then pan your mouse. But when I first started, it kind of looked like that. It would just spin circles, or, you know, it looked like that, where I kind of did it, but I kind of just shimmied through the air. And I didn't get very far. So here are the 3 things that I have come up with to learn that air strafe. Pretty much, you look forward. This is the best way to practice. You know, get a feel for it. Look forward and press A and D. You know, you're just gonna go left and right. Steer yourself with your mouse so you make a circle. Like, try to make it as perfect as a circle as possible. If you do it slower, you'll notice that it's kind of like an oval, or maybe like just a bigger circle. But you want to make a pretty tight circle, and not like that, because that's just spinning around. You know, a noticeable circle that you're making. If you were to leave a trail, it would be, you know, a fairly large circle. That's about the speed you want to pan your mouse when you're in midair. Same with D. You pan to the right. With A, you pan to the left. D to the right. So just practice that. You don't even need a lot of space. Just practice doing this. And what this does is when you're in midair, the other step, by the way, let me go over these first. Number 2 would be to hold control when you're in the air, and to let go of W. So when you're jumping, obviously you're going to walk forward and press W. If you hold on to that, it'll be very hard to steer. It's like molasses almost. When you let go of W, and the only thing propelling you is the speed, or I guess the launch of your rocket. You can control the left and right panning with just your left and right, with your A and D and your left and right pan. The third step is to always face where you're going. I see a lot of people jump like this, and a lot of times they'll bump into stuff. A lot of times they won't know where they're going, and they'll just take fall damage and whatever. Some people get away with it like that, but it's never worth it. You don't know if you're gonna make the jump, or you're jumping into their team or something. Just always face where you're going, and when you jump like this, off the wall, you want to flick your mouse so you're facing forward. So with air strafing, if you run forward and you jump, let go of W, and that was just me pressing Control and A, and then panning my mouse to the left. That's really all it is, and it's kind of brief, but that's probably the best way to describe it without confusing you. That keeps it pretty simple. So with that was a wall jump and a pogo, and that's kind of just like one of the very many combos you can use. And with ramps like this, you can actually use those to glide, and I'll show you right here. This might take a few tries because Fraps takes a lot of my frames away. And it's much easier with high frames. And again, if you have low frames, maybe turn down your settings or get an FPS config, because it's much easier to rocket jump with higher frames. So we're gonna make a very lateral, or horizontal I should say, right next to me, wall jump. So I clear that. I don't want to hit my head on that. So it looks like that, and you kind of have to steer yourself, because if you just go like this, you're gonna hit that wall. You have to steer to the right by using D, Control, and right pan. So it's strafing like this, and then pogoing, so shooting right below you to keep your momentum going, to keep your speed. And then once we do that, we'll probably drop down a little bit, and then pogo right here, and then hit that ramp and just shoot another rocket at the top of the ramp, right below us. Just give me a few tries. Okay, let's try. Just like that. And with that jump, you can go on top of that building, there's a health pack on the top right there. You can go on top of that building, you can even get to the control point back there, or you can make it to this nest up there. So that's kind of using what we learned. Obviously, you can't just go out and rocket jump like this. You're going to need to practice. Learning how not to think about it. It comes to its muscle memory. Knowing that I can jump up there from here just by aiming like further down instead of, I guess, like just by aiming further down like that, or using rockets to break my fall so I don't take as much, but that's kind of in the sinking aspect of rocket jumping. And if you guys would like a video on how to rocket sink, I'll make that a separate video. It'll probably take just as long as it did for this video, so comment below if you'd like a video for rocket sinking. Otherwise, this is about it for my tutorial. If I missed anything, let me know. I'll address you in the comments. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope all of you go out and hopefully learn something, and maybe rocket jump better if you already knew how, or you learned how to rocket jump. So once again, thank you for watching. As always, see you next video.